What is going on, everybody? We are back on a Death Note episode 18. Coming off of last episode, Misa Light got released from prison. L tested him and L tested him and her, held them as long as he could, tried everything possible to get one of them to confess or do a killing that would prove that they're Kira or Kira number 2. And nothing. Their memories have been erased. Not essentially, they have been erased. Neither of them have any awareness of anything involving Kira at all. How that'll come around full circle when they get that back, we'll see. We still have not seen the plan. We saw when the plan ended, like the ending speeches of the plan, but we have not seen what officially the plan is yet. That Light came up with Ryuk and Rem, or maybe it's just Rem and Ryuk's just along for the ride. Either way, we'll see what happens and we'll see how it goes. It looks like Rem gave the death note to somebody else, and I'm guessing it was one of those business professionals in the room that we saw at the very end of the episode. Will any of them play any major part to the story? We'll see. Or maybe we somehow get to blame it on one of them, that they're Kira, and then, give Light back the book. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. One final, I want this to be the final time we address this, because I'm still getting so much back and forth in the comments and people DMing me that I truly do not know, like, what even is true or not true. I thought, my assumption was that for a Shinigami to die, they had to do something that prolonged the life of a human. Would they have to be in love with them to do that? I don't know. They could just take a liking to them maybe randomly, but I think when it boils down to, I don't even think they need to be in love. I think love is just an easy way to kind of explain it, but I think when it all boils down to it, if a Shinigami personally goes out of their way to do something with their death note that extends the life of a human, like if the human was supposed to die today, getting hit by a bus, shot in the back, something falls on top of them, whatever, they're supposed to die on that day, and instead a Shinigami does something, maybe, they have somebody close to them die, or maybe somebody's supposed to drive to work and get hit by a bus, but instead a Shinigami causes an accident on that road, having that road be closed, and the driver has to go somewhere else. I don't know if it's that specific, or it's only like to protect a human from being killed by another human. Either way, if a Shinigami extends somebody's life, that's how they die. I made the comment that couldn't Rem have done what they had that guy do last episode, killing all those criminals? Because it wouldn't prolong life in the direction of Light or Misa, in my opinion. Yes, Light and Misa were being held captive and tortured, but they weren't having like their fingers cut off, they weren't being stabbed or waterboarded, they're just being held captive. So you killing these criminals, it helps, get them out of a sticky situation, but it's not extending anybody's life. So I thought Rem could have replicated the same thing that whoever she gave the death note to, and it would be perfectly okay. I had 50% of people saying no, she couldn't do that, that would result in her death. The other 50% of people say she could do that, it's not saving anybody's life. I'm under the impression that, again, as long as it doesn't prolong life, they can do it. Like, same thing with Misa or Ryuk. Ryuk, probably not, because he hasn't shown that type of personality towards Light. He's just kind of a fly on the wall enjoying, the movie. But let's say for Rem's sake, let's say her and Misa are walking down the street and somebody bumps into Misa. Purposely on accident, or they're just arrogant about it. You know how you see, they bump into Misa, instead of apologizing, they're like, watch it, or like, don't let it happen again, type shit. Rem could easily look at that person, write their name down, kill them. That wouldn't count as Rem needing to die for that act, would it? Yes, she cares about Misa. That person was being mean to Misa, so I killed them. That person wasn't going to kill Misa, they weren't going to end her life, it had nothing to do with her lifespan, so I figured that would be okay. Same thing, if Misa was a high school student, and she was being bullied at school, not bullied to the point where like they were going to kill Misa, but pushing her into lockers, giving her swirlies, making fun of her. Rem could just kill the entire class. But again, I think that's okay, because it doesn't have anything to do with prolonging Misa's life. Again, I don't know if that's too specific or what, but I want some final clarification on that. So somebody, let's try to come to a consensus on what is and what isn't. If I just help if I know these humans are going to be in your way, if they're going to give you problems, and I kill them, is that okay? Is any human help count as you dying or not? I don't know. We'll kind of see what it goes. Feel free to answer that. I'm still curious about what the plan is and when and if Light and or Misa both get their death notes back. I would love to see Misa get her death notes back just because she'd be so broken and so OP. But I don't know if that's going to be it for her story, or she's just going to be this like comedic relief, you know, fawning after Light the rest of the time. We'll see. Let's drag this over here. Episode 18, titled Ally. We are pressing play right now. Let's go. So Misa is still under 24-hour surveillance, and Light and Elle will be handcuffed 24/7, even bathroom, showers, relations with Misa. They will not separate. And what did Light have did Elle have an entire building built specifically for this case? Or is he building some like Avengers headquarters where this is where he wants to do business out of after the Kira case? Or what's going on here? He said he built a building that had 2 underground floors and the rest were above ground. They're going to be staying in there 24/7. Fight with my wife. That sounds good. A date. Awkward. Misa Misa. Yeah, I'm gonna pretend you're not here sitting on your feet. That's fine. You could at least watch them from cameras. This is just weird. No, because he already thinks you two are Kira. He thinks you two are Kira. He doesn't, like, you know. He thought he had it. He thought he had it figured out, and he didn't. Yeah. Yep. Now he has nothing to go off of. He can't figure out the puzzle piece as to why it didn't end like he thought it would. Hmm. And then it didn't. That Kira stopped controlling you and went a different route. Yeah. Yes, because anytime Elle hones in on somebody, he's gonna transfer it to somebody else. Yep. 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 So how do you win if you're L? So why did you have this huge building built and us sitting here? Sometimes you gotta snap them out of it. Oh god, I thought she was gonna slip on that cake, crack her head open. It's so wild to see how passionate like Light is to figure this out, because if he was really Light and L was talking like that, he would be on the moon. Oh shit. I didn't know you were coming with the flippin' sweet chin music. And with that Shawn Michaels. Yes, it is. Yes, he's like, he will die till the end to find out that Light's Kira. Even if there was another Kira that walked split across his face, he would only be satisfied if Light was Kira. Broken nose. Shawn Michaels. You did not have to answer the phone like that. Oh god. Matsuda, he's a good one. I like him. I like him over the other dude. 2 months has passed and their memories still haven't come back. What the hell is this plan? When do Rem and Ryuk come back into the story? Holy shit. What does his mom and his sister think? Oh, maybe he's just out at school, probably. Mm-hmm. Wow, this has been going on for months. Nope. I feel like he could literally walk into a room, see that somebody is doing exactly what Kira would do. The person could say, I'm Kira. Here's Kira number two. You know, we've been doing it the whole time. We controlled Light, we controlled Misa, we controlled the businessmen. And he is still going to say, I still think it's Light. Some couldn't get to Japan. Yeah. So there's no physical way that they could have gotten to Italy. Physically impossible. Yeah. What were y'all's precautions that you took? Because it seems pretty point blank that it's coming from somebody in that business. What? Damn. No shot. You have no back. Yep. Because the MPA is offering no help. Who who paid for this building? I still want to know. So who's paying them if they quit though? Where are they getting their salaries and shit from? He just gonna be a dude working on a case. Oh man. Yep. Who's gonna pay for his support family? He's drugged them down, down, and down. They're not gonna give up now. Mm-hmm. Now they don't care. Well, yeah. The man sat in jail for this. Feels so bad for his dad. He's been through so much shit. He has a family to support, by the way. A wife, kids. Matsuba gives no fucks. He's young, fresh out college. Yeah. He has a family. What's he gonna do? He doesn't have the huge resume like Chief does, working for X amount of years or. He's given up so much for L2 and he's just casting his ass off to the side. Just tossing his ass out there. He's given up a lot. A lot of his friends died too. Yep. He was gonna, yeah, he was gonna help him out. I was about to say, let's go, Bruce Wayne. Watari coming in there with the knowledge. L over here holding out. Why didn't he tell them that? We knew that, though. L's really been on, like, thin ice lately. He needs to be slapped back to reality a little bit, though. L really has never been, like, kind of brought back to reality at all, except for, like, when he thought Shinigami might be real. It's his way. He's gonna test you. If he likes the answer, he'll go with it. If not, keep it moving, you know? I wonder if he's gonna come riding in like a white knight at the last second. We'll see if we see Aizawa again. I feel like we will. He'll come in and save somebody. When they're off work. He's not gonna stop calling you Chief. Just get over it. Jeez. Who's this dude? And why is he allowed in with all this information? No. Who the hell are they? Fake parents for Misa? Can we see faces? I don't like either of them. I don't like any of them. I don't like them. Where's Aizawa? How do we know that these guys are even going to be loyal to L, number one? Who's to say they don't walk up in Yotsuba, they're about to infiltrate, and Yotsuba, like, offers them a bigger check or whatever might be, you know, keeping them loyal to L at the time, you know? They just found their dad out there hanging out at the damn park bench. Oh, I saw. He's losing it. The man put up with a lot for this man L in this case. What's the next episode titled? Matsuda. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. Is he about to double? I don't. He wouldn't. He's too like youthfully loyal. So we didn't get anything. I think that was probably the first episode where we didn't take another step as far as learning something new about a Shinigami, learning something new about the Death Note, or like a plan, or L with new information, Light, streaming up something with new information. So not too much to discuss there, other than I'm pretty sure Kira's somebody sitting in that room with those like board of governors, correct? I think, or if they're just kind of if Kira's watching from the shadows and they're coming up with names of who they want to, because Ren was in that room, so I assume she's kind of watching the Death Note holder. I'm actually shocked 2 months have passed. Like, I'm starting to get to the point of like, was Light just the way he was so passionate about Kira and getting rid of criminals and being God and making the world a better place. He didn't willfully give that up. Like, 'cause, I mean, 2 months has passed. They're making it kind of seem that like Misa and Light are just going to be like this forever. Like, that's going to be it. That maybe Light all along had no plan to get his memories back and everything like that, but that's clearly not going to happen. I feel like Ryuk and Rem still have a large part to play to the story. And didn't somebody? I thought another Death God left the realm to come see what was going on, or maybe he was just watching him from the little like water well portal. So we'll see how long it takes for them to come back around and introduce. And like I said, even though he kept saying, it's a 1% chance, it's a 5% chance, I feel like L felt like he solved the case before he even had enough evidence to present that he solved the case. He thought it was Light. He still thinks it's Light. He still thinks it's Misa. Even though he just put them through about, without a shadow of a doubt, there's no way that they wouldn't have come out revealing that either of them was Kira number 1 or Kira number 2. Even though there was evidence pointing to criminals still dying without either of them. Now he's under the assumption that, okay, it's not them directly, they're being controlled, but he's 100% positive that if it's not them directly, then both of them were being controlled. Like, it's never going to leave his mind that Light is Kira, and he'll sit there and wait for that day to come true. Even though us as viewers, we know, it'd be different if like we didn't know that Light was. But if you're just like naive to the fact, he's never gonna let that go. And like he said, like he wants it to be Light in Misa, specifically Light. And now that he kind of realized that it's not, or that he might have been wrong, he's kind of mentally losing it. He seems to be back to normal, but we'll see. We introduce these new criminals. Can they be trusted? Will they be killed along the way? We shall see. I guess it's easy for Light to kind of reveal, he's off to college, so he wouldn't really be at the house. And who's got the money to build this big ass building? Because I thought it was through the police force, like they kind of teamed up, but no way they built all that and then quit on the case. So where all this money is coming from, and when Watari said he set up this, they set up this huge fund in case anything was to happen. I do think L needs kind of an awakening moment, kind of like a smack to reality. I don't know what that moment would be. I really don't know what that moment could be for L. Maybe Light, like, turning his memories back on, killing everybody that's in a room with them, and being like, I am Light, I am Kira. What are you gonna do about it? And he'd realize, I don't know if he would be at peace dying, knowing that he knew all along it was him, even though he never brought him to justice, never was able to prove it, but in his heart he knew it was him. Would Elle be okay with that? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Everybody should see this on Wednesday. What day is that? The 6th, and then the next episode will be up on the 9th. And then we're going to be down to like 11 or so episodes left. We're really blazing through it. Some great stuff, and we'll see where it goes. Appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, as always.